Hello world. So you want a crypto? Where the more you crypto, the more you know. Today, OVR kind of stumbled in, crossed a live conversation yesterday between Hexadized and Digital Femme about OVR. Some of the stuff that they've upgraded their website, changed some stuff. They got a new roadmap kind of laid out, and I'm going to touch on a few of those spots here in a minute. But it really kind of inspired a lot of thought. So it's going to be a lot of information, but I'm going to try and make it really succinct and easy to digest. But you'll see that there's a tremendous amount of stuff going on. So if you're a landowner like me, then this is good news and brings more value to your product. Here we are at the OVR website. It looks quite a bit different. There's some similar aspects, where they show some of their digital experiences on the front here. Roll down, we can see over 787,000 lands have been sold. Go to the marketplace link and stuff, but it's got a new feel. NFT landowner. There's two different NFTs too. There's the Overlands and then the map to earn ones that are coming out pretty soon. Jump into the AR metaverse. So we got Overland mapping, OVR SDK. We've talked about that quite a bit. I'll have some links above for videos pertaining to OVR and different aspects that may or may not interest you. 300 square meter hexagon spatial domains mapped one-to-one act. They're on the earth where they are on the map. So OVR Lab, OVR numbers. These are all the things we're going to touch on. And then especially the OVR roadmap. We're going to go through all of this very much. All right, we're going to jump around a little bit, but let's look at the numbers. $1.69. So it's down a little bit, but it's on a bonded curve. So when tokens are bought from the curve, new OVR tokens are created and price of token increases. Price goes up, tokens minted, and the opposite is when sell, right? Price down, tokens burned. So then when they're talking about the OVR burn every month and stuff, that's part of this bonded curve. I'll put all these links in the description below to help you if you want to read it on your own. This is just in the white page. Okay, so $1.69. The market cap right now is $47.5 million, which is still rather small. I'm going to put a little clip in of a video, and it is from, I think, January 26th. Just one of my early videos when it was, nobody'd actually heard of OVR, and I kind of stumbled across it and saw it as like a good potential thing. It had, it was an interesting idea. 158,000 volume back then, and it was 7 cents in the video, right? So yeah, right in this January 26 range. All right, check that out. Be right back. Great information. So the OVR price, when I say bottom, I mean 250,000 market cap with 132,000. And as far as any kind of liquidity, it looks like MXC is your place. They have most of it there. There's a little on Uniswap, but fees, I don't know what gas fees are going to cost you for that. And MXC, I don't think you can use in the US. So it's hard to find, but I think you may see this one again. Twitter really active. January 26th, save on gas fees, OVR. So as you can see, people are talking about it now. It has pumped, and it was a really good buy. One of the better projects that I stumbled upon at that time. So moving along, we can see, some peaks and valleys, and we're probably going to see some sideways action on this, depending on how it goes. You never, not really a numbers thing today, but let's look at the statistics. This is one of the new things that was on their roadmap. They've added where you can see statistics. How many owners? 26,873, I guess, unique owners. OVR spent on the primary market, sales on the primary market, different graphs, and so you can kind of see there's some demographics information, treasure hunt. So there's been a good year's worth of data, so you can kind of start to see who's buying, who's selling, what's going on. it estimates as far as, let's go through each of the items here. I can't remember what they said, but the augmented reality market itself is expected to grow 31.5% from 2021 to 2026. And this one's about the same in the same number aspects, 48.6%, so about 10 higher. But both are predicted to grow rapidly over the next few years. This one's saying roughly, I'm guessing, 100 billion, just under. And we're looking at 88 billion over here by 2026. So a very good market to be getting into if you're just stumbling into this. Welcome aboard. OVR is a great project. Been talking about it for over a year now, and don't ever get tired of it. Map to Earn is one of their new features. This is going to be your new NFT. You'll have an NFT that represents the land ownership. And as far as the way I understand all of this, the owners will decide which map NFT they will use. So anyone can map it, but it's up to the owner, and the quality or whatever of the map would probably be a factor in that. OVR Lab. So here's your OVR Lab, deploying vertical use cases to show the potential of the platform. So we have Treasure Hunt SaaS. So it's like a Pokemon Go thing. If you've used OVR before, you've probably played with the play to earns, getting NFTs, doing the treasure hunt, getting some OVR tokens, stuff like that. We've seen some OVR art galleries. We've seen the avatars as well, where you can take a picture and then of yourself with your camera and make your avatar, which is cool. This is my favorite. This is one of the ones that I'm really, really looking forward to, and we're going to talk about it a little bit deeper here in just a second. But OVR will release AI avatars powered by state-of-the-art NLP algorithms. It will be possible to have conversational avatars. You will be able to ask them questions, they will respond, and then you can ask and have a conversation. Historical figures and customizable sales assistants living in the OVR metaverse. Jump to the white paper real quick, and the OVR assistant is what they're talking about. So what is the OVR assistant? It's a 3D realistic human avatar. So it's an avatar inside the space that you can interact with through your phone, glasses, whatever the devices that you're using for the augmented reality. It uses artificial intelligence, speech recognition, and speech synthesis to give geospatial contextual informations with a neural network trained on Wikipedia corpus and a programmable knowledge managed by the overland owner. So if you own the land, you will be able to manage your AI assistant. The way the OVR user can interact with the avatars by voice, you can ask it questions, just like a normal person. Some examples of these interactions would be answering questions, guide. So if let's say you go to a museum, be like, "Hey, where's the Mona Lisa?" And you could have a virtual avatar guide you down, or wherever. Point of interest, move on the overland, change position based on the user activity. They can invite them to follow, change face expressions, point in a direction, navigate a user inside of a shop. The OVR assistant appears superimposed on the current view of the real world, like the augmented reality experiences, and can coexist with the OVR content on the OVR land that's anchored there. The virtual assistant will be powered by a text-to-speech and speech-to-text algorithm. Interaction will be spoken natural language. No typing will be required. Virtual assistant's intelligence will be powered by an ensemble of different NLP, natural language processing technologies that can be used both independently or jointly. So the tree search model is right here. I'm not going to jump too deep in, but then you have local pattern recognition, question answering system. And for example, the word bank would have the same context-free representation in bank account, bank of a river, contextual models. They have this one, the Stanford question answering data set squad. So it's a passage, and it can pick out, like when you have word problems and you have to pick out the different contextual information, how it applies and stuff like that. Same thing here. You could say who won, them, why, it can understand information out of a context, like a paragraph. the token economy. Anyway, this is really cool. And if we jump back over here, so we looked at some numbers, this was one of the statistics one that I showed you. This is where you can find that. Again, I'll put all these links below. The roadmap right here. If we jump over here, look at Avatar AI integration, Avatar AI training and personalization. That's what we're going to be looking at, because this is not going to be like your normal avatar. The avatar body standard and all of your avatar stuff is going to be over here. Now, see this Avatar AI sale Q1 2022 on the roadmap? I believe this is associated with this, right? The Avatar AI stuff. So I'm not sure if you're maybe buying a subscription to use the Avatar AI or something. I imagine that we'll definitely be hearing more about this soon, and I'll see what I can find out. So reserved lands farming, not sure. The map to earn is where you just go around with your camera. So you don't have to have the fancy LiDAR and stuff like that. It does it with pictures. And as far as I know, it'll give you a status bar. It's not up yet. And I think it's going to be the lands that they're going to... I don't think you can just go out and map to earn the whole world right off the bat. It's probably going to be the most popular places and branch out from there. So GPS right now, that's what when you put your little augmented reality experience onto your hexagon and you see it and it kind of jiggles and moves a little bit, that's most likely because of GPS. So your accuracy on GPS is basically within 6 meters. And if we go to gps.org, they say 4.9 or 16 feet. So that's a little bit of wiggle, right? Well, with the scanning that they want to do with the map to earn, that's going to bring that down to 20 centimeters. You're barely going to notice, if at all. That's going to make this exponentially better. The OVR with this technology will enable a crowd of OVR land mappers to earn OVR tokens by simply scanning physical locations with the smartphone they have in their pockets, and they foresee this activity being subsidized by OVR using the revenues from overland sales. So they're going to pay you to do this. That's the map to earn. Institutions will also harness the OVR platform to populate the public utility layer of their territories. And then OVR land buyers generated a wisdom of the crowds based map. 6,000 plus investors voting with their wealth on the most important locations in the world. So that's probably going to be how the mapping starts, right? All right, let's go back here and look at this roadmap again. We have a decentralized overland secondary market, avatar body standard. Everything over here is the stuff that's done, you know. The OVR stats was the last one, but some of the others. So the Unity SDK Alpha, they're going to continue to upgrade the SDK, and we've seen. I didn't open the SDK. I've done some stuff on it already, but the SDK has been adding and adding and adding different features and stuff like that. So this proof of attendance NFTs, these POAPs, right? POAPs. Here we go. So what's a POAP? Basically, it's like your ticket stub. It's an NFT you get for going and doing something. I'll put this link if you want to check out this, but here you go. This is a gallery, just to give you an idea. These are some of the more recent POAPs that are on here for different events, right? So it's an NFT for showing up, which was really popular, and I don't know. Anyway, NFT trackers, explorers, overland listings, virtual commerce asset bundle. So here's where it gets kind of fun. Virtual commerce asset bundle and Ramp Network. Going to Ramp Network, we see that this is a crypto fiat flow for your app. So this is going to be where users can buy crypto without leaving your DApp or wallet, right? So that's going to be inside of the OVR app. Increase conversion, be ready for your next million users. This will be big if you can make purchases within the app using Ramp. We're going to see a lot of growth over early 2022. When we get into Q2, we see the IPFS hosting. Let's see right here. IPFS may be the future of file hosting and content delivery. Amazon Web Services is affordable for independent web developers to build apps without the high cost. IPFS is positioning to transform the industry again through its free and high availability distributed web model built for scalability. Its P2P Hypermedia Protocol IPFS is slowly growing into a legitimate alternative to conventional file site hosting, right? The key feature is scalability. And I'm not going to read quite all of this. I highlighted some, but you can go through. Probably a lot of you are familiar with Pinata, but I'll put this link below. Definitely check it out. Here is, so the OVR nodes and staking real quick is based on two protocols, Ethereum and IPFS. Ethereum is the base layer granting the ownership of the overland and the circulation of the hard-capped OVR token. The IPFS will allow for decentralized storage of the OVR experiences. So that's where you're keeping your land experience. When you make all the stuff in the SDK, it's going to be IPFS. In order to grant AR assets, accessibility, bandwidth, and low latency to the final user, OVR designed an incentive system for the OVR nodes, IPFS maintainers, and its stakers. Staking will grant a vested interest in the nodes of the voters. And in order to do this, you need 500,000 OVR. You can go through this a little bit more on your own, but here's some more IPFS stuff that I'll put below that you can check out. All right, so moving on. Boson Protocol integration. Boson Protocol can build commerce applications that everyone can trust and anyone can use. Well, now we have our basically fiat flow in-app with RAMP, and now we're going to use Boson to create commerce applications and experiences, connect smart contracts to real-world commerce and data. Hopefully you're starting to see the picture is starting to look pretty broad as far as when you look at a metaverse, you can go in and buy stuff, right? Renting smart contracts. I'm not sure. DreamCloud kind of has a thing like that, so I'm not sure how that would have impacted them at all. But yeah, it totally makes sense to be able to rent out your lands. Some people don't want to buy them. They may just want to use them for a little bit, or once they're taken, they're taken. It is a scarce asset. Avatar AI integration, and then the AI training and personalization. These two, we kind of touched on them before, but just really want to hit it again. This is going to be cool. This is going to be, like, if you have, like, I have some lands on Rodeo. I could put, like, people out there if I wanted to that, you know, that you could rent them out to any of the brands, and they could have people out there interacting with people, talking Armani Suits, Hugo Boss, whatever. If you bought a stadium, you know, you could do some fun stuff for different events, depending. Museums. I have some zoos, like Central Park Zoo and Honolulu Zoo and stuff. You could do some stuff with the zoos. It's really all up to you, whatever you can think of. So then we're going down to Unity SDK Alpha 2. So they're still continuing to update this SDK, which is really good because it means everybody gets to contribute to the process. Move NFT in standard space standard. I'm not sure what that really means. OVR maps fly through. I'm not sure what that means, but I would imagine it's probably a compilation of all this map to earn stuff and then being able to maybe interact with that. I don't know. New app user experience. OVR map secondary marketplace. Okay. Single experience on a multiple lands. So then maybe instead of having to create it and then, you know, publish on each one, looks like you'll be able to publish on a bunch of different lands. Hosting relocalization fees. So maybe they're going to start charging for that. And then a new marketplace, all by Q2. So by summer, we're going to see OVR making some big stuff. So here's some of the other things that I wanted to touch on that I saw in the white paper before we go. We envision multiple opportunities of interaction between OVR neighbors. And that's why they chose the hexagon. It was the easiest way to interact with the neighbors. So that's a good just one sentence, but it really was impactful to me. And then here's some offline shops and chain stores in general. So there's talking gaming experiences or general engagement on overland in front of shops becomes a pretext for generating store traffic. The user is invited to access the store through augmented reality experiences located in strategic areas on or near the store itself. OVR platform will provide a plug-and-play virtual assistant powered by state-of-the-art NLP AI algorithms. So there's that virtual assistant again. And then here is just the white paper in case you wanted to see. And it is kind of like just a bunch of updates where they had the white paper and then they've made some changes and added to it and stuff. So it's a lot of the old and a lot of new updates too. If you've read it before, it looks very similar, but then when you get in, they've changed quite a bit. So if you've read it and you think it looks the same, I would read it again. It's changed. But there's a lot of information in here, and I will put this link below. So there you go. Beyond all of that, I am very bullish that this is going to continue. It's one of those projects where even if there's a bear market, this one has the potential to continue on, making solid investments with your map to earn, buying your lands, renting them, using them, putting in experiences. You could have, like, Hexadized, he seems like he's packed full of all sorts of different experiences and stuff that he's working on. And there's a lot of people that are like that. So, anyway. If you like this, like, subscribe, comment.